The story of the iPhone has always been one of evolution and sometimes revolution. Each year, Apple releases new models with improvements in design, performance, and user experience. But every once in a while, there comes a leap so significant that it changes what people expect from a smartphone. The iPhone X in 2017 was such a moment. It introduced the notch, Face ID, and a new vision for what an iPhone could be. Now, according to credible leaks and whispers from inside the industry, the iPhone 18 Pro is shaping up to be the next big leap forward. While many people are focused on the iPhone 17 lineup expected later this year, insiders believe the real transformation won't arrive until the iPhone 18 Pro launches. If history is any guide, Apple often spends a few years refining ideas before releasing them in their most polished form. And everything we're hearing suggests that the iPhone 18 Pro will carry Apple's smartphone lineup into a new era. So what makes this device so special? Why are analysts already calling it the most important iPhone since the iPhone X? And should you upgrade now, or wait? To answer these questions, let's break down the leaks and explore the rumored features, one by one. First, let's talk about design. Since the iPhone X introduced the notch, Apple has been working behind the scenes to eliminate it completely. The journey went from a wide notch, to a smaller notch, and then to the so-called dynamic island on the iPhone 14 Pro and 15 Pro. While the dynamic island added functionality, it was still a cutout on the screen, a compromise that Apple wanted to move beyond. Now, with the iPhone 18 Pro, Apple is expected to achieve what has been a goal for years: under-display Face ID. This means all the complex sensors that power Face ID, infrared cameras, dot projectors, and more, will be hidden beneath the screen. For the first time, users could enjoy a fully uninterrupted display without a notch or an island. This is not just a cosmetic upgrade. It's the realization of Apple's long-term vision for a seamless, edge-to-edge display. Imagine unlocking your phone with Face ID, but without ever seeing a cutout. Watching movies, playing games, and browsing the web would feel more immersive than ever. For many users, this will be the single most noticeable design change in years, and it will redefine what the iPhone looks like. And speaking of design, leaks suggest Apple might also reposition the front-facing camera. Instead of placing it in the center, Apple could move it to the top left corner of the screen. This might sound like a small tweak, but it has big implications for the user experience. A corner camera cutout is far less distracting when watching full-screen videos or playing games. It allows content to flow more naturally across the screen, making the display feel larger and cleaner. This move shows that Apple is no longer tied to old design conventions. The company is experimenting more boldly with aesthetics, willing to push beyond what has been familiar for over a decade. If this leak is true, the iPhone 18 Pro's front will look unlike any iPhone we've ever seen. But the changes don't stop at the surface. Photography has always been one of the biggest selling points of the iPhone, and with the iPhone 18 Pro, Apple is rumored to introduce a variable aperture system. This means the main 48-megapixel camera could physically adjust how much light enters the lens. Why does that matter? In bright daylight, the camera could narrow the aperture to avoid overexposure and reduce flickering in video. At night, it could open up wide to let in more light, improving low-light shots dramatically. This would allow the iPhone to take sharper, cleaner night photos without relying as heavily on software tricks. It would also improve depth of field, making portraits and cinematic videos look more natural. Samsung experimented with variable aperture years ago, but abandoned it due to inconsistent results. Apple, however, has a history of waiting until technology is mature enough, then perfecting it for mass use. If Apple nails this, the iPhone 18 Pro could easily take the lead as the best smartphone camera in the world. To make this system even more powerful, the iPhone 18 Pro might switch from Sony sensors to Samsung's new 3-layer stacked sensors. These advanced sensors allow for faster readout speeds, better dynamic range, and stronger low-light performance. In simple terms, this means photography OS and videos will capture more detail in both shadows and highlights. Scenes with bright skies and dark foregrounds will look more balanced, avoiding the washed-out look that sometimes happens today. Pair variable aperture with stacked sensors and Apple's computational photography pipeline, and you have a recipe for the most advanced camera system ever seen on a phone. Professional photographers and videographers, many of whom already use iPhones as part of their workflow, will find this especially exciting. Now let's shift to performance, because here too, the iPhone 18 Pro is rumored to bring one of the biggest jumps in years. At the heart of this phone will be the new A20 Pro chip, built on TSMC's cutting-edge 2nm process. More importantly, it's expected to adopt gate-all-around FET technology, also known as GAFET. This might sound technical, but here's why it matters. For years, chips have used FinFET technology. GAFET is the next evolution. It reduces power leakage, one of the biggest problems in chip design. With less wasted energy, the chip runs cooler, more efficiently, and more powerfully. Early estimates suggest that the A20 Pro could deliver up to 15% faster performance, or 30% better efficiency compared to the A18 Pro. For everyday users, that translates to smoother multitasking, faster photo and video editing, and console-quality gaming, all without draining the battery or causing the phone to overheat. For Apple, it means setting a new benchmark not just for phones, but for all mobile devices. This leap in performance also benefits Apple's growing focus on artificial intelligence. Apple has been rolling out features under the name Apple Intelligence, and the A20 Pro chip will be the engine that powers them. With stronger machine learning accelerators, the iPhone 18 Pro will be able to run more AI tasks locally, without sending data to the cloud. That means faster, more private, and more secure AI experiences right on your device. Alongside the processor, memory is also getting an upgrade. Reports suggest the iPhone 18 Pro will include 12 GB of RAM, a big jump from current models. This might not sound flashy, but it's crucial for the future. Running advanced AI models, editing high-resolution video, and multitasking across many apps all require more memory. By boosting RAM, Apple is preparing the iPhone for years of demanding software ahead. And then there's the display itself. Beyond under-display Face ID, Apple is expected to introduce a new anti-reflective, scratch-resistant coating. This technology, seen on Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra, dramatically reduces glare and makes the screen easier to read outdoors. It also adds durability, helping the glass resist scratches from daily use. For many people, this will be one of those subtle, but instantly noticeable improvements. Text will look clearer in sunlight. Blacks will appear deeper. Reflections won't wash out the screen as easily. It's the kind of change that improves the experience every time you use your phone, even if it doesn't sound revolutionary on paper. Battery life is also getting a serious upgrade. Apple is rumored to use new high-density battery technology in the iPhone 18 Pro. These cells allow more energy to be packed into a thinner design, meaning the phone could actually get slimmer while still lasting longer. Combined with the efficiency gains from the A20 Pro chip, this could give the iPhone 18 Pro the longest battery life of any iPhone yet, potentially outlasting flagship Android phones by hours. Connectivity is another area where Apple is making bold moves. For years, Apple has relied on Qualcomm modems for 5G. But with the iPhone 18 Pro, Apple may finally introduce its own in-house modem, the C2. The first-generation C1 modem under testing didn't support millimeter wave 5G, which delayed its release. But the C2 reportedly fixes this limitation, offering faster and more efficient 5G that uses less power. By controlling the modem in-house, Apple can optimize hardware and software integration, leading to better call quality, smoother handoffs between Wi-Fi and cellular, and potentially even enhanced satellite connectivity in the future. This is more than just a technical milestone. It's Apple taking full control of one of the last major components of the iPhone, reducing dependence on outside suppliers, and shaping the future of its ecosystem. Taken together, all of these changes, under display. Face ID, a corner camera, variable aperture, stacked sensors, the A20 Pro chip, expanded RAM, improved display coatings, high-density batteries, and Apple's own modem, paint a clear picture. The iPhone 18 Pro isn't just another yearly refresh. It's a turning point, a bold step into the next chapter of the iPhone story. For users, the decision is simple but not easy. Do you upgrade now with the iPhone 17, or do you wait for the iPhone 18 Pro? If even half of these leaks are accurate, waiting could mean getting one of the most advanced smartphones ever created, with technologies that will feel fresh for years. The iPhone 17 will no doubt be a solid device. Apple never releases a weak phone. But compared to the iPhone 18 Pro, it may feel like an incremental step. The real revolution seems to be coming next year. This is only the beginning of the story. In the next section, we'll go even deeper. We'll explore what these upgrades mean for the future of Apple's ecosystem, how the iPhone 18 Pro could reshape competition with Android, and why some analysts believe it marks the start of a new era in personal technology. The iPhone 18 Pro isn't just about new hardware. It's about Apple setting the stage for the next decade of personal technology. To understand why this device feels so important, we need to look beyond the specs and think about the bigger picture. Every major change Apple introduces is rarely isolated. It usually connects to the broader ecosystem, shaping the way people use not just their phones, but all of Apple's devices together. Take Apple's new focus on intelligence. With the A20 Pro chip, the iPhone 18 Pro gains the power to run advanced AI models directly on the device. This is more than a performance upgrade. It's a philosophical shift. Apple has always placed privacy at the center of its brand. Running AI tasks locally, without sending data to distant servers, means your personal information stays on your phone. Whether you're generating text, editing photos, or using voice commands, it can all happen instantly, privately, and securely. This sets Apple apart from rivals like Google and Samsung, who lean heavily on cloud-based AI. For Apple, the iPhone 18 Pro becomes the gateway to a more private form of artificial intelligence, intelligence that feels personal, trustworthy, and always available. As AI becomes the foundation of future devices, Apple is positioning itself not just as a hardware leader, but as the company that integrates AI into daily life without compromising privacy. But AI is just one piece of the puzzle. The new hardware opens doors to deeper connections with the rest of Apple's ecosystem. For example, the rumored high-density battery technology means iPhones could soon share energy management strategies with MacBooks and iPads, creating a consistent experience across devices. Imagine a future where your phone and laptop not only sync apps and data, but also optimize power together, extending battery life in ways no competitor can match. The same goes for Apple's in-house modem. By cutting ties with Qualcomm and building its own solution, Apple gains control over how the iPhone connects to the world. This doesn't just mean faster 5G. It means tighter integration with iCloud, smoother FaceTime calls, more reliable Apple Music streaming, and a foundation for future services like AR glasses or next-generation wearables. Connectivity becomes invisible, yet essential, an always-on link that makes Apple's ecosystem feel seamless. And then there's the camera. Yes, it's about photos and videos, but it's also about how those images move across Apple's platforms. Professional creators, who shoot in ProRAW or ProRes, will find it easier than ever to transfer content directly into Final Cut Pro on a Mac, or edit on an iPad with Apple Pencil. Families who simply want better portraits will see their photos automatically enhanced and organized in the Photos app. And with AI-powered categorization, the iPhone 18 Pro could make managing huge photo libraries effortless. The result is an ecosystem where hardware, software, and services blur together. The iPhone 18 Pro isn't just a phone. It's the anchor for everything Apple is building: AI, cloud, wearables, AR, and beyond. But of course, Apple doesn't exist in a vacuum. Its biggest rivals, especially Samsung and Google, are also pushing boundaries. Samsung's Galaxy Ultra series already offers massive cameras and advanced AI features. Google's Pixel phones are praised for their AI-driven photography and clever software tricks. So why is the iPhone 18 Pro different? The answer lies in timing and execution. Apple rarely rushes to be first. Instead, it waits until a technology matures, then integrates it in a way that feels effortless. Under-display Face ID is a perfect example. Other companies have tried under-display sensors, but with mixed results: slower recognition, inconsistent performance, and awkward compromises. Apple waited years, refining the technology until it could deliver a seamless experience. When the iPhone 18 Pro arrives, it won't just showcase under-display Face ID. It will showcase under-display Face ID that works reliably, every time, in any condition. The same philosophy applies to the variable aperture camera. Samsung tried it years ago, but abandoned it. Apple is bringing it back only when the hardware and software can deliver results consistently. This pattern, waiting, perfecting, then releasing, is what gives Apple an edge. It doesn't always win on raw specs, but it wins on user experience, which is ultimately what people care about. Now let's talk about strategy. One of the more surprising leaks suggests Apple may release the Pro models first, delaying the base iPhone 18 until the following spring. This would be unprecedented. For years, Apple has launched all iPhones together in September. Breaking this tradition would send a strong message: the Pro models are the true flagships, the devices that define the future. If Apple does this, it's a sign of where the company is heading. The Pro line isn't just a premium option anymore, it's becoming the main event. The base models will still exist, but they'll play catch-up. This strategy reflects Apple's understanding that more and more people are willing to invest in higher-end phones, especially when they feel truly future-proof. From a business perspective, this could reshape the market. Android brands often release multiple flagships throughout the year, creating constant competition. Apple could counter this by staggering releases, keeping attention focused on its products for longer periods. The iPhone 18 Pro in the fall, followed by the base iPhone 18 in the spring, would keep Apple in the spotlight all year long. For consumers, the impact is clear. The iPhone 18 Pro is designed to be the phone that lasts. With advanced chips, more RAM, better cameras, stronger batteries, and smarter AI, it's not just about the next year, it's about the next 3 to 5 years. Apple knows that people are holding onto their phones longer, and the iPhone 18 Pro is built with that reality in mind. So what does this mean for the average user? Let's imagine a day in the life with the iPhone 18 Pro. You wake up and unlock your phone without even noticing the Face ID system. It's hidden, seamless, and instant. As you step outside, your screen stays clear even under direct sunlight, thanks to the new anti-reflective coating. You take a quick photo, and the variable aperture plus stacked sensor captures every detail, balancing the bright sky and shaded street perfectly. Later, while working, you edit a video directly on your phone. The A20 Pro chip and 12 gigabytes of RAM make it smooth and responsive, almost like using a laptop. At lunch, you join a FaceTime call, and the new in-house modem keeps the connection crisp and stable, even in a crowded cafe with weak Wi-Fi. By evening, you realize you still have plenty of battery left, despite heavy use all day. None of these moments are flashy on their own. But together, they create an experience that feels effortless, powerful, and reliable. That's the magic of Apple's approach. It's not about one single feature. It's about the harmony of everything working together. Looking further ahead, the iPhone 18 Pro could also lay the foundation for Apple's push into augmented reality. Rumors of Apple's AR glasses have been circulating for years. For those glasses to succeed, they'll need a powerful, efficient phone to handle the heavy processing. The A20 Pro chip, the in-house modem, and the AI accelerators in the iPhone 18 Pro all point toward this future. Your phone won't just be a phone, it will be the brain powering your next generation of devices. In this sense, the iPhone 18 Pro isn't just about competing with Samsung or Google. It's about preparing for a world where the phone is the hub of an ecosystem that includes wearables, AR, and maybe even devices we haven't imagined yet. Apple is playing the long game, and the iPhone 18 Pro is a critical step in that strategy. So, should you wait? That depends on your situation. If your current phone works fine, and you're tempted by the iPhone 17, the smarter move might be patience. The iPhone 18 Pro promises upgrades, so significant that skipping one generation could reward you with a device that feels truly next-gen. But if your phone is already struggling, the iPhone 17 will still be an excellent device. Apple never releases a weak product. The key takeaway is that the iPhone 18 Pro represents more than just another upgrade. It's a milestone, the start of a new chapter. From design and cameras to AI and ecosystem integration, it's the kind of release that will be remembered years from now as a turning point. When we look back at Apple's history, certain devices stand out. The original iPhone in 2007, the iPhone 4 in 2010, the iPhone 10 in 2017. Each one changed expectations and set the course for the next decade. The leaks suggest that the iPhone 18 Pro could join that list. It could be remembered as the phone that finally delivered the seamless design, intelligent performance, and ecosystem integration Apple has been working toward for years. In the end, the iPhone 18 Pro isn't just about technology. It's about trust. People trust Apple to deliver devices that not only work, but feel right. Devices that don't just push specs, but create experiences. If the leaks are accurate, the iPhone 18 Pro will honor that trust and raise the bar for what a smartphone can be.